Oh my god, old League of Legends.
Control
Here comes the MF on 5.
It's also a Puna played 3
First pick Olaf. Holy, what the hell, this meta was super
Chad.
Chad.
A bigger investment in the early game, because one thing Lee
First pick Olaf
is leave open that blue buff, which means if you have a very tippy mid lane matchup, an early blue buff handoff towards Kuro could swing the tides in his favor with a Rumble who almost guarantees top lane push 1 to 5. A blue buff handoff very early, Rox could be looking at 3 pushing lanes.
And I love the way the pick and bans have been evolving throughout this tournament. We've seen a lot of even first pick Kennons.
Crepocast legend.
The draft phase here most likely. We've seen Echo do actually quite well against Rumble once he can get to Spectre's Cow. Yep. But when we're talking about who has the pushing lanes, they actually have done
an insta-locked misfortune.
Something really weird. I don't care about my last point.
This is an insta-locked misfortune.
Support MF.
Yes, it is support MF. Support MF is super strong in poke. I wonder if it's AP MF.
Or is it support Ashe?
No.
You've seen both of them played in the past. So support MF was a huge thing before they obliterated the damage on Max E. Because that was the...
It has to be support MF. Support Ashe sucks.
And support MF is great, right?
That surprisingly works. I wonder if he's spell
20 seconds past support MF.
It is support MF.
Yep. Karma mid.
Karma mid. This means 3 pushing lanes, absolute power, early game power spike. Imagine a dragon fight with MF ulti on your support and then a Rumble equalizer. This is so fascinating.
I can't wait to watch
Good times.
Gorilla support MF. They must have been saving this pick forever. And when we talk about pushing lanes, we went back and tried to do a rough guess of how much pushing lanes would lead to victory. We got a roughly 39 out of the 61 games where pushing lanes won the game. And that was with 2 out of 3. Here,
World Championship. I don't care.
Oh my god, Old Worlds was so sick. Look at the bans, man. Look at the bans. Aurelion, Nidalee, Jace, first pick Olaf, Rumble early rotation, Karma Ashe, Zyra support.
Life here against SK Telecom T1, and
Good
you
times.
say, hey, it's time to play support misfortune. You tell your kids about this one. Get on Twitter.
I will tell my kids.
Your favorite moments. Mine is support misfortune already.
The crowd.
Tell us hashtag world's big plays, what yours has been so far. Here we go. Game 2 of the semifinals. Support misfortune.
Yeah, with Ignite as well.
The biscuit tech from the rooms.
and I are so happy right now, but we're also desperately trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen. The Spell Feast is very easy to proc with the Make It Rain, obviously. You get incredibly early shove when you go E on the Misfortune and Volley on the Ashe.
Dude, this was back in the days when you had like Worlds didn't have like any huge sponsors. Maybe I'm wrong, but during the game there's no like insane Red Bull upside down backwards power play gold deficit lead in the favor of the state. Like, you know.
There's a couple of things that speak in favor of a Misfortune.
It's just raw
the passive works very
game.
well because obviously once you switch targets,
there's no
you get
graphics.
damage for a single tap.
There's no anything. It's just the raw game.
First, you get the Spelty Sprock right there. That's all 3 Spelty Sprocks already, plus 24 gold. More importantly, specifically in the Zyra matchup, she spawns a lot of plants, which puts her at risk of actually getting double up by her own plants. Because very often she hides right behind them. It is minor. It's only base damage. This
raw
is a
video
very early
game.
Spike, and more importantly, once we hit 6,
and look at this. Wow, forcing an early flash out of Wolf with the chain slows.
Once you hit 6, it is so easy to get blown up. It takes 1 arrow into a Misfortune ultimate.
So let's watch the game.
And you're just dead.
Is this the Strength of Ages meta?
On top of the Ashe arrow to give longer time.
Is this Strength of Ages jungle? Tank Echo top?
Could work, but we also haven't seen it because it can be very vulnerable when you're running essentially a double mark.
Thunderlords?
And then there's one more interaction, then I'm done ranting. When Zyra opens up on a snare on Misfortune, she can actually answer with the ultimate, because by the time the Zyra ultimate pops up from the floor, bullet time's already done. It's about the same second, it's about 1.5 or 2 seconds channel, which means you can actually just blast Zyra in the face whenever she goes for you.
Blast Zyra in the face?
3 seconds long is bullet time. Stranglethorns.
No alcoves! Oh my god, great game.
Animation. You'll get a lot of damage out. Gorilla running ability power quints for more Make It Rain damage. It scales off AP. Yeah, already see Rox pushing.
Regardless of what support was going to be in this lane, they would yield the push. This is not a surprise.
Thunderlord's proc.
Peanut. What is he going to do with this early information? And
oh my god, the 2 mini red things.
Doesn't seem like it, even though SKT had quite
yeah, it's Strength of Ages. Yeah, Strength of Ages meta. Fervor! Oh my god, these runes are so good.
killed at
Oh
his
my
rough
god,
fight.
bring
You
back
have
these
to
runes.
take a very peculiar route to be able to get to him at this point. So at least very early in the
Bring
game,
back these
Blank is
runes.
able to get his clear.
Yeah, both junglers got a leash. So
Nice
they
hawk shot.
started-
They just found him in red.
Yeah, because they knew he had a leash on top side too. This is totally expected here. SKT likely have a great idea of where Peanut is on the map as well.
Yeah, and Kreppel, you and I also talked about how much these teams can do with a deep ward early. One of the benefits of this Ashe pick is you get a very quick look of a ward deep in their jungle when you send Hawkshot through. And now that they saw Blank there, they can infer so much information about the rest of the game.
Yeah, double up Blank. Look at it. Faker.
Blue
or
Wolves,
Kurorana
Red
has to move to the
Raptors
left
into
side
mid
of
gank.
Ghost burn by
Juke
Blank.
X.
Lands a slow. How much more can they get? An empowered W to heal him back up. Kuro's okay,
Ah,
but
Blank,
Faker
man. This
lands
was
a bunch of
this was the
damage.
worlds
Nicely
where
traded in by SKT's
Bengi
mid
saved
lane.
them, right?
We saw Duke in the top lane as well. Immediately push out because he knows the Olaf path to the bot lane and he can't walk up unless he shows up. Right now we have Peanut going for the reactionary top lane camp. No more camping around bot lane passive 2v2s.
Bengi Giga Chads his way back in.
Setting up for the counter gank on top lane.
Not to mention, Blank burned his Ghost in the mid lane, so if this counter gank does arrive, there's no escape for Blank if they turn on him.
2 versus
They should
2.
go
How
straight on
far
the
do they
lane.
go in? And it's going to be
They
for
get
Duke
Duke dead.
first. Look at the damage onto him. Nothing to do at all. And he's going to land the Sonic Wave for a quick punch in the back of the head.
The audacity of Blank to get a gank off mid and then run straight up top without knowing where the enemy jungle is, that is a major mistake you do not make against a team like the Rox Tigers.
And you have to blame both Duke and Blank for that one, because if it was going to be a 2v2, they were going to straight up lose it. That's now 29 CS to 10 in the top lane.
Smeb acting beautifully. Should be on Broadway.
Yeah, right into the rush. Makes it super easy. Duke chases all the way in blind. You can't do that at this level.
And again, this is the power of
This is where
information.
Peanut
They
starts to
spot
feel
Olaf
himself, yeah?
on the red
And he
buff
starts
early.
singing
knew
a
he
bit.
spotted out.
Dude, I
Both
remember
these
this
teams
Worlds,
know they
everyone loves
cannot
Peanut.
gank double range support bot lanes. It just doesn't work in League.
Everyone
So the
loves
only
Peanut.
reaction for Blank left was a gank mid. It was great. But then, instead of farming
Peanut
more, he
always
ran
used to
the
sing
top
when he got
lane.
a lead.
Peanut lane waiting, and honestly, this is a mistake from Blank. Don't go for those plays.
Yeah, not to mention they can now give the early blue buff over to Kuro. He hadn't necessarily been pushing
Early blue
Faker
buff
in
handoffs?
early
Oh my
because
god.
Blank made the visit with Ghost, but when he gets this blue buff, goes back to base, this will be the 3 pushing lanes we talked about, and it allows Peanut complete freedom to try and go and make plays.
This feels like the perfect Rox Tigers early game. Smeb's on a carry. He's ahead. Peanut's ganks worked out. Kuro's fine in the mid lane, gets a blue, but now it's turning a
Why
little
is
bit sour. He
Blank's
has to flash away
perma-ganking
from
mid?
Blank. That upsets what was looking almost perfect before.
He gives so much information to
Still a
enemy
lot of
team.
winning elements here for Rox Tigers.
Yeah,
Olaf
was
Victor
waiting on
into
the right
Karma?
recall timing. I would have liked to see him go back a little earlier, get a little bit more immediate power and punish with that blue buff, but now he's a little bit delayed in his power.
But it's okay in a sense. You can lose your flash when your jungler supplements your lane with vision. You can lean to one side, lean towards Peanut, and save your
back.
shield. Yeah, that's the only lane he can gank here. Smeb is relatively safe. Kuro no flash. Look at Peanut. He's protected by Kuro.
Yeah,
Kuro
everyone does so little
himself
damage,
because
it's
he's
true.
pushing the bottom lane as
There's
well.
no
It's just
there's no
Smeb.
one-shot burst
Gorilla
meta
on his
anymore.
support
Everyone's
AP
damage is actually
misfortune
decent.
will arrive much sooner than his counterpart. And that's the power of these pushing lanes.
Jungles are 20 CS at 6
He
minutes.
already took the Raptors away. He's taking the Krugs out as well. But
Oh,
now,
Faker.
flash engage, Faker.
Oh,
Not a
Faker.
blue buff back, and Kuro stayed mid for far too long. But now it's Peanut. Maybe staying
Peanut?
true. The route is perfect by Wolf, and it's now turned around. And SKT pick up 2 kills.
And it is so hard to punish SKT, but that is also
TP
total
bot.
disaster.
Hey,
thus
TP
far.
meta.
Rox
He's
is
sick.
trying to make it up.
Bot dive.
They have double TP. Kuro could come as soon as he responds as well.
Gorilla's
Oh my
ability
god,
to
ult
slow
TP.
Wolf, and there's the equalizer. Flash, heal used as well, but he's got
Actual
the hunter.
action on the map.
He's got the kill, and Wolf is hunted for his skin. Bang now under the turret.
Go more.
Severine
More.
puts the fire to the backside, and that's a kill for Prey. Now Smeb, how does he get out? Prey's gonna die to the turret. He's dead. Oh my gosh.
Perfect juggling.
They live.
They were scared of Olaf.
Oh, Blight is coming. One Olaf, a
No,
single
he can't
axe.
run in by himself.
Let's go.
They were scared of Olaf.
Be a man. Get him, Blank.
Kuro says no.
That play is successful with the kills, but it takes so long. Look at the lanes for SKT. They're pushing back. Watching this one more time. Double TP, trying to get in on them.
Look how
He
low
lands a
damage
hard
Smeb
move,
does.
Flash, which makes sure that he's able
Onto
to steal
Bang.
that kill.
Watch how
They
long it
just
takes
look
Bang to die.
speed
If this was season
themselves
12,
in
he's
because
insta-dead.
the
Watch.
combat back at the turret gives the rest of the team some speed.
If it was season 12, bang, dead instantly.
Turret. And get him out too.
They were scared of Olaf. You can see the ping.
Honestly, this
They
is good
pinged here
communication. To pull
that
off
Olaf
on
might be
world
running
stage
down.
To go for that bounty of a play instead of just letting him die. Because imagine if you fumble that play. That's such a big mental hit right now. And they didn't lose that much because they pushed up their lanes adequately before.
Would you actually trade? I guess you'd trade those 2 summoners for a kill. I think feels weird.
You just want to get him back in base ASAP, have him back on the roll. Really don't want him to die right there. Don't give more power to the bot lane. They're starved as well. This is a 40 CS tier Ezreal, 20 CS down, no summoners. If you visit him one more time, he's dead again. You just really don't want to give him
Old Sidestone.
kills.
Yeah,
Oh my god. What was it? 800 gold? With a Ruby Crystal or something?
Really aren't that long in that context. You can already
Look at the SGL Q damage.
ability to make a double
I mean, I guess
play.
Gorilla does have a lot of
They're
tankiness.
always
Yo,
going to
bang,
have
thanks
that
for the 3
lane
months.
shove.
Good
They're
job this
hoping
game,
to
yeah?
get deep vision within the red jungle
Good job
of
this game.
SKT, and I absolutely think that's their game plan, is to try and dive that lane over and over.
And the pain point is about to happen. Once
BF
Gray and
sword
Gorilla-
first item,
look,
Ash.
They're parking this lane right here. They're done pushing. They want to hit level 6 and then have the zoning threat of a misfortune bullet time after that E. Because you E on misfortune, you slow him down. It's the easiest arrow of your life to hit. And then, like, Prey doesn't even need that. Like, he can hit any arrow anyways. And then you just follow up with your ultimate combos and they're dead.
And keep in mind, as you mentioned, trying to tower dive champion, there's now a TP advantage for SKT.
Spectre's Cowl.
Has it, Smeb does
The
not.
old item,
Kuro
Spectre's
cannot
Cowl with the
match
graphic
teleport
looks so
down,
cool.
SKT
This
can
item looks so
power
cool.
bot
Changed my
lane,
mind. Bring it back. It looks so cool.
generally speaking, easier, assuming all else stays equal. And it's something that Rox should have to play around.
And I love the emphasis Peanut is putting on these scuttle crabs here. Safe ward over the wall. Look at he doesn't face check to get the optimal ward over in that little brush right there. Safety and face check super important. He gets the scuttle crab for his bot lane.
The blue hoodie.
They can play safe and play aggressive.
Ash arrow?
Arrows
Oh my god.
Wolf, and it's just going to be too much damage.
Goosebumps.
Teleports be damned. Who cares? A 2-on-2 kill for the Rox bottom
How do
lane.
you beat Zyra? Poke! You outrange it. Blast the misfortune, make it rain, arrow in her face. She can't escape. There is nothing Wolf can do because the summoners got blown earlier in that double TP trade.
And
Chills.
specifically, they held the lane on their side, so by the time they hit level 6, they would have access to SKT. Beautiful play by that Rox duo lane.
Yeah, chipping rather the turret down afterwards. Flank goes in.
Gotta be real careful.
Yeah, he walked in to grab a Q. I guess he's all right with this one. There is not that much threat. Spina had his ulti after all.
And they play it beautifully. They amass the wave on their side, let it stack up, and then they use that massive
Smeb,
minion
man.
wave.
Dude, I miss
As
Smeb.
they go for an aggressive play, if it works, they poke them out of lane and they get free chip damage anyway.
He has to time his own buffs because they don't have fucking timers on the map for him.
We also have to point out.
So he's like, he's writing in chat, all the junglers are writing in chat, 9:35, blue buff spawn, 9 something, grub spawn, you know, they're timing everything.
Can't have those mini plays where Peanut gets caught in the jungle or Faker gets a solo.
What was the camp
Those
respawn
things
timer?
can't happen
3
if you wanna
minutes?
snowball this game.
For
Yeah,
normal
that's why
camps,
you
what
see
was it,
those
2 minutes 30?
teleports in the bot lane. They want to get that tier 1 tower down ASAP so they can unlock the Infernal Dragon. They want to keep taking these breaks here. That's how you, in the current meta, can
I think it was
draft an early
2:30,
game
right?
team. We know real late game is you just stack objectives. You get 3 dragons and a Baron, and then you beat whatever power disparity there is in gold.
So now
or in
Peanut's
skill.
writing in chat
And how
like
many Infernal
12,
Drakes are we gonna see in this
12:58,
series? This is now 4 out of
Grump.
5 dragon
He's
spots
clearing his
with
wolves,
Infernal.
13 wolves,
Feels a little scripted.
13, 10
I knew this is
wolves.
going to be a fiery matchup. Peanut.
Ah.
Papa Smith, he's talking about him spitting fire before
And
this
he's
game.
maybe copy-pasting timers,
Alluding to
or
it.
it's in his
He
head,
brought up that
you know?
line. That's how it works.
Actual skill jungling,
The cutie pie was right all along.
Actual skill
Plays the
jungling.
next attack.
not just full clear and then run back,
Bang right
or
now.
full clear and like see the
68
stopwatches.
He is down over 30 right now in this matchup, and he is constantly afraid, and he can't
Giga
actually
Chat
go
jungling.
QSS early in this matchup. We saw it in
The old
previous one
Oracle
with the
sweeper?
Galen.
Holy
Ezreal
fuck.
already has a build layer in the tier built in, so he can't go for an early QSS, so the next arrow from Prey is going to be potential threat for a flash burner.
Most importantly,
The kill
no
distribution for
stopwatches
Rox
in the
is also
game.
Super ideal. Having 2
No
kills on the
stopwatches.
Prey already. When we talk about them not having spectacular scaling from the mid lane and jungle position,
Tracker's knife.
with the mid lane Karma can actually be a very strong late game hyper.
Was this
carry. He's
warrior?
on-
Is this
well on his
warrior
way,
meta?
Not only with the 2 kills, but also
Warrior
because Fang's
Cinderhulk
build is
with
so
trackers?
delayed, and the ability for SKT to deny farm on Prey is extremely low.
We have to switch the narrative a little bit though and look at SKT as well. How did they get back here? They have some things going for them. Duke is hitting the breaking point of this matchup. When he gets Merc threats in addition to that Spectre's Cowl, he will actually start out trading Smeb.
Doing it right now.
Peanuts. Blank's actually coming up here to try and get a dive, maybe.
And it could be the turning point. Smeb has teleported. He needs to use a teleport on the map in a 2v1 or a 1v1. He is losing.
Has flash, has ulti, decides to ult the wave and say it's only Blank who can chase him, but that's still a ghostable
Ah, he
Olaf.
ults so early.
And that requires the flash out of this one. Not much turn
Blank
damage
is
gonna
so
be had
dizzy in
because
this
the ulti.
series, man. What is he
And he
doing?
does the best he can.
Another pain point for Rox Tigers is
Cross-mapping in 2017.
2017.
2016.
That's exactly why
Cross-map.
This tier 1 tower is so important to take
Close.
down.
Ooh, splits the uprights. No kill to be had, but it does mean a lot of pressure on this turret. Peanut's going to stay there for a bit more damage, but Frey actually switches back to hitting minions. They will need at least one more wave. The question is, how good is Bang and Wolf's wave clear? Do they burn Stranglethorns on it? And he is going to do that to try to buy a little bit more time. Ooh, but here's the flash engage. Peanut flashes to land the Q, and now it's Wolf on the wrong side. He's spacing out so he can land the kick if he needs to. That's all the damage they need. Wolf goes down. He saves the summon.
Damage is so low.
Also, first turn of the game going to Rox Tigers. That is a 3,500 gold lead. Short up slightly by top lane, going down. SKT finding some movements back in, but it's Rox ahead a lot.
And it adds to their game plan. They're going to keep the 5 people down here, trying to get as much power right here as possible, then transition that squad to different lanes after they can secure the second tier turret. However, they are losing turrets on the rest of the map as well. Top lane is gone. Faker well on his way to chipping down that mid lane turret.
And total turret damage gain that actually might be in favor of SKT. The question is which breakpoints are landed, because first turret is obviously a whole bunch of extra gold. It was also
didn't miss a creep.
Completely finished second turret on the bottom lane as well, so it is an immediate influx of gold, but Faker will answer back mid lane outer, so really the only major difference is the fact that the first turret
when do they get objective bounties? Good question.
Kill was handed over. It still cost Smeb his teleport, and it still cost
That's the best part.
Farm in the top lane.
They
He
don't.
did not get his Duke pushed in.
But there's such a stark contrast in scaling in these two team comps, something we haven't really seen this Worlds, where there's such a distinct early game or mid game spike on Rox Tigers and much better scaling on SKT, almost unheard of in the current meta.
No one's taken Drake yet. No one's taken Herald. No 8-minute like obsession for Herald. Bot lane can actually lane. Don't have to lose the game in 8 minutes to fight a Herald.
Be able to get the farm, or will Rox be able to completely ward up that side of the jungle and starve out the Ezreal even longer?
What was the Herald back in these days? It gave you a buff, right? It gave you like a Baron buff kind of, right?
Can hit the late game
The old Herald, like a mini Baron buff?
Completely gain control of the map, take all the outer turrets, and starve out the game.
You see another reason why taking down those 1 or 2 turrets is so important, because then Rox can switch to a 1-3-1, especially playing double teleports on the side lane. They can move into the jungle, make picks.
Wolf is caught. There's all the damage. Make it rain. Bullet times there as well. And
it's so unplayable for Zyra.
Low on HP, but that's 2 ultis down.
Mid push, bot push, poke. This should be a Dragon Star here for the Rox Tigers.
Yeah, and I'm actually very surprised that the Rox Tigers haven't taken Dragon yet, because they actually opted to take the second tier bottom turret.
Vote now, guys. Vote now. Vote now.
Which kind of means they don't care about what would be the late game power of what the Drakes can stack up, because they would theoretically be thinking pre-35 minutes. They can take it now, but it is a little bit delayed if they're looking to really stack them for late game.
And honestly, what's been keeping them from taking the Dragon has been the vision SKT had and the pressure Faker had in the mid lane. He has been pressuring on this Victor. He got a solo kill after Flash was burned. Right now, there's also TP advantage for Duke.
What is Blank doing?
Wow, Faker's just going to die at the outset. Only one knocker for the Strength of Thorns and Prey. With a nice flash, gets away from the Echo. Duke is out of this one. Wolf also gonna burn down. It's Smeb just on a killing spree on this one. Blank gonna get chased down. A beautiful equalizer. Synergizing with Peanut, and now Duke's got nowhere to go. He's alone and running out of health way too fast. There's another kill picked up, and it goes on to Prey. 9-2, Rox Tigers.
What a fight for the Rox Tigers, and Smeb found the pocket of vision where SKT couldn't see them, and SKT walked right into it, which is incredibly rare from SKT, who is normally a very measured team. But Smeb getting to
4 Raptors
spitter in melee range of Faker completely changed the game.
Rox completely set it up as a bait. They start the Dragon there, and how do you beat teleport advantage? Well, you simply walk down.
Oh, nice E by Bang.
By Bang. You simply walk down to the objective. Smeb completely surprises, just like Jack mentioned, out of Fog of War. Nobody expected him to be there. All eyes were set on Duke in the flank. Look, suddenly he unleashes
Faker
on
is just
low mobility champion of Victor.
Absolutely caught by full burst rumble.
He was ready for there to be a rumble in that brush, and then it all starts collapsing downwards. Rox Tigers really leveraging their
Where are the mythics?
bottom lane,
See, that's the best part. There are no mythics. Pog.
They didn't start it until they were absolutely sure they could win that fight.
Yeah, and you can just notice the domination of Smeb in that fight. He killed both Wolf and Faker with 2 flame spitters and 2 cycles of his harpoons. Then he had the ultimate afterwards to try and help with the 3rd kill.
Fuck mythics.
That's exactly the mid-game power spike they wanted. Notice a supportive build by Kuro as well to try and supplement Prey's 3 kills.
I like the items coming in, because how many times have we seen support Karma competitive?
Now I'm sure that a lot of people back in these days had like problems with the game and they thought things were OP and stuff like this. But I wasn't really like, I was just coming into pro play. And I didn't really watch the game actively at a pro level. So I don't actually know what was OP.
Whoever has gone
I got Challenger in season 6. I think that was the first time I got Challenger season 6 this year.
Pretty useful against Olaf in Echo.
Yeah, there's already 900
I was playing my Zed and Ari. Young Caedrel. 6 years ago, young Caedrel.
Literally
Ari Zed player. Times have changed.
Right,
the theming bonus is real.
The old Herald is so ugly though. Like, look at it.
Ooh, no, it's going to go to the blue team. That is SKT. Blank gets that with his life, and I believe he is the one wearing the buff as well. Eagle's going to go up to the side. Can he land the kick? No, jukes away.
Oh,
now
Peanuts, you're griefing, buddy.
SKT with a beautiful disengage. Nicely played.
And even though Rox has an extremely large early game advantage, it's mistakes like that
He's laughing.
could cost them the game if they keep making these things. That's twice now Peanut is overextended.
It is the nature of their style. They continuously go for high tempo, high aggression plays where sometimes there's a risk of failure, but over a long
54 gold each
of these plays, it generally works out for them. That's why they keep sticking to it, and that's why nobody minds them going for these plays. But the matchup like SKT, they gotta keep committing and delivering.
Duke heavily injured. He's also got all the healing debuffs on him, but his health bar holds up long enough. And Wolf's able to zone the rest of the team away, but it's still a huge wave coming to the top.
Does Wolf play MF in the series as well? Or do they just ban it? I can't remember.
The 4-2 turret scoreline, I think, here.
Does he just say like, fuck it, pick it for me?
They are getting chipped down and
No, they just banned it? Okay.
just for now. The sun's not going to let risk out, and oh, Duke is rooted. He can't hold in time. And Kuro's getting the kill credit, the turret as well. Look at the lead, 5,000 Rox Tigers.
Duke didn't even have his ultimate. Why was he going in right there onto his parallel convergence? But they are going to try and set up a play on the bottom side. Peanut, he knows, trying to run forward to get out.
Running left. He's got Swifty boots because he has something to jump to. There's a ward.
It's really hard to catch a Lee Sin here.
Well, he's fast.
He's out.
Faker, and Prey's arrow. It's a zoning arrow. Makes Faker turn around.
Look at Peanut vibing.
Makes it out. Somehow,
as he runs away.
The gank was coming here, and most importantly, the tower's not chipped because the wave has disappeared here. So SKT kind of skirmishing for kills.
The fuck? You took Faker's Krug?
Rox always tie their kills to objectives right now. That's why they're amassing such a large gold lead.
And it's going to keep going. It's interesting because SKT has actually opted into fighting more than, honestly, I would have expected. If we're talking about a Rox Tigers comp that's going to get outscaled, I think Infernal Drake or not. And SKT's like, yeah, we'll fight you for Drake. Ooh, 4-0, maybe not so hot.
Because the setup looked so good. It was a complete teleport advantage. Like,
Abyssal Scepter. Oh my god, I love this item. I love that item. Abyssal Scepter. Old Lichbane. Oh my god. Oh my god. Old Lichbane, Abyssal Scepter. No way.
You just gotta go and pull the trigger, and that's why it was so impressive that Smeb snuck in at the right time.
Yeah, now we really get to see if Rox can close here.
Oh, the memories.
Because they're up 5,000 gold. We know they're on a timer. They have Prey set up to get the picks with Ash Arrow. They have Smeb on a massive 2-item power spike, and they've already taken down one of the interior turrets for SKT. So it's the mid lane and the top lane that they need to be able to get next. But to do that, they need to get vision control, and they need to get their waves pushing.
Yeah, but if SKT can fight back, it will mean so much for this series, because this is the largest gold deficit at 20.
Arrow. Oh, Faker.
With one of the worst flashes. He needs practice tool.
Oh, Faker.
Kill for Rox Tigers off the arrow cooldown. Bang tagged as well. Not much more.
An incredibly rare missed flash there from Faker, and that sets up a powerful push by Rox in the mid lane. Faker's not there to wait clear. They have to try to do this with Olaf axes and no Ezreal ultimate.
Ooh, big chunk on the Wolf as well for a supportive build.
He needs practice tool. That was kind of.
Oh my gosh, that damage! Yeah, that is when you go headstringer on Lee Sin.
The banner of command meta. Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, the momentum for Rox here, it's very palpable. They have a really rough early start to game one, but they fight their way back in multiple times in very creative ways. Then they come out with the support
wait a sec.
and start swinging here. Look at Faker. Everybody in Twitch chat would have landed that flash.
Everybody in Twitch chat would have landed that flash.
He was trying to
True.
because that corridor itself, with the angle of the Ash Arrow,
True.
he wasn't finding a good way to flash it sideways.
Good one,
a
Crepo.
rare moment of panic and a wasted flash there from Faker.
Another dragon here. We missed that, but that's another mountain.
Yeah.
The RNG is definitely working.
Good
out
job.
for Tigers.
Wait,
objective-based or scaling-based dragons continuously, and that's what they need. That's like the dream for early-game comps like them.
I mean, talking about it on a statistical level, Infernal Drake is actually best when you have a gold lead. It on average means less if you're behind, but absolutely now Rox Tigers feeling good at the 6,000 gold lead. More stats ahead, of course, and if they ever go for an objective, they'll kill it pretty quickly. Peanut, once again, going to find Blank, who's just
trying to figure out what to get here.
By the early magic penetration. Smeb lights him on fire with a harpoon. That's painful as well. And Rox Tigers getting pushed in a bit, though.
Yeah, notice how SKT is trying really hard to get vision control over the Baron area. And with Mountain Drake, that's exactly what Rox would want for a 22-minute Baron. If
The arrow?
SKT is
Yeah,
just to
that
get
was
seen
iconic.
Baron, they probably lose the game. Because 6,000 gold into a 4,500
Absolutely iconic.
Baron power play opens up an inhibitor and gives them a 10,000 gold lead. That's the game.
Boots enchantment?
So SKT is actually
Yeah, I
in a
think
very
Boots enchantment was removed
dire
this meta.
situation
I think it was
in this
season
match
5
where
Boots
they have to
enchantment.
Fight an early game team who was in the midst of a power spike, 22 minutes, to contest the Baron that Rox is going to try and close.
And then we need to look at how can they do that. And the only way that seems conceivable is, honestly, Rox overreaching, which can happen, but it's unlikely given the way they've played so far. There's only been
It was
minor
mid-season 6? Oh,
overreachings from
okay.
Peanut. The other way is a TP flank from Duke. And to set up a TP flank, you need a lot of TP
Everyone got
guards.
home guards, right?
If Rox play it well, that eliminate or that possibility.
Top laners would rush home guards.
And that makes it
and
incredibly
base and
hard
home
for
guard
SKT
back.
to walk into this comp with a Rumble and Ashe and Azira.
I agree, and I also want to talk about the Rift Herald that SKT got for Duke, because they're hoping that they can stall this Baron long enough by having good pressure in the bottom lane from Duke with the help of the Rift Herald, and then just delay Rox as much as possible, or force them into an odd-numbered fight. Or if they can get the vision control when Rox sends 2 people for Duke, then they could potentially get a pick. These are the few ways that SKT could stall, although Rox Tigers clearly in the driver's seat.
Definitely in the driver's seat.
He
And
used
also
Locket?
playing much more to their identity, you know, putting a carry on Smeb, very early aggression, mixing an early game aggressive jungler with strong pushing lanes here. It all ties together, and Rox get rewarded for their choices as well here. Complete surprise here with the misfortune, allowing the Karma finally to be flexed. So often we had Karma support. See this duel.
Another battle.
Okay, this was resident though. Tank Echo top was a bit resident. He just beats you with health bars and raw defensive stats. It was disgusting.
0-3 Echo versus 404.
Come on, be
Rumble.
honest.
Still wins the duel. So it definitely tells you so much about the matchup and how there is still a timer on the side lane. And if there's one matchup that you want to win, it is always the side lane pressure one.
Yeah, I guess it's... I mean, a 0-3 Echo beats the 4-0 Rumble, but I guess it's like... He was... Rumble is more of the team fighter, right?
Better later on as the matchup unwinds, and it's the price Rox paid in Champ Select for saying, hey, we're going to hide this Karma as a flex. We're going to pick top lines so we can hold it for a little bit longer, and SKT gets a counter pick, and it's paying off at least a little bit.
And I can't stress enough how important it is that Rox can close out this game for their chances in this series. They've pulled out the surprise. They've had a great early game lead. And if they were to somehow fumble this and allow SKT to come
Where
back
was this
and go
Worlds?
down
Was it in
3-0,
an A?
after seeming like they had SKT
This game?
against the ropes,
Was it an A?
I can't imagine them actually winning the extended series. So Rox Tigers definitely have to grasp the opportunity in front of them.
In
right now.
MSG?
Two
Holy
Wuxia
fuck.
gets burned there, but the face check wasn't punished. They need to be in a position where they blow up the first target that they see.
Hopefully it's in
Also,
MSG this
Smeb
year or
just wants to
something.
join
I don't
the
know.
teleport. That's what we're looking for.
Somewhere
If you
good,
are the Rox
like
Tigers
big
right
stadium.
now, you want to rob any of the vision in the river, but the problem is their setup is just inadequate. They don't have enough pink wards to accurately make it work. They need more river pinks. Just sweep
It's in the Staples Center?
Instead, they're going on the offensive. That's
And
defendable.
actually, I think it was Faker who was able to land the last hit on the blue buff. I thought I saw the gold over his head. And
The
yeah,
quarters in
even
MSG?
The
Damn.
contest for blue buff is not working. The side lane has no pressure. Duke is winning that. The mid lane is not getting pushed in because
That
it's
means MSG?
Ezreal and Victor. They wave clear for a living, basically, and Rox aren't getting a lot done.
Messy plays. Rox right there. If that axe comes a second earlier, 2 of them base, 2 of them get caught. That's a Baron loss right there. Their Baron setup that they committed it so hard. Multiple
Wait, one
members there was just done poorly.
Yeah, and you look now, SKT still has pretty strong vision within their own jungle. which is
Uh-oh,
where
this is the
caught.
fight. This is the sick fight, right?
No turret here for Kuro.
The top side, pink wards go down for the teleport. What else can they get? Kuro trying to heal up in time, and he can't blank. Gets the shutdown. He gets the kill.
What's Kuro doing there?
Oh, no,
Why
it's
is he
not.
there?
Where
He's
is the sick
pushing
fight?
side lane with
It's
no
around
river
here.
vision. He just had 4 of his teammates back in that brush, if not 3. This is another mismatch of Rox. They're losing their late game finesse.
Absolutely, and that's the second
Being
time
able to cancel
Kuro's been in
TP.
a bad spot right when it seemed like
Good
Rox
times.
was going to take control of the whole game. There's very early on when Rox got a bunch of advantages. Faker solo kills him in the mid lane. Here, everyone else recalls while SKT actually has decent vision control, and he not only dies, but burns his flash while dying, which completely diminishes the pressure.
Oh.
Again,
Arrow on
no
the
protect.
Pinto. The damage is here. He's able to flash
Oh,
away
Peanut.
in time, but it's still Peanut on the chase. Gets a kick back, but doesn't quite get enough for it. That is still Bang missing.
Hey.
It's still Peanut on the chase. Arrow on.
If this was season 12, that Ezreal is one shot.
Not only dies, but burns his flash while dying, which completely diminishes the pressure.
Oh,
Again,
arrow on
no
the
protect.
Pinto. The
This Lee Sin here, he would have taken more damage already.
damage is here. He's able to flash
Lee Sin
away
QQR
in time, but
Dead.
And still Peanut on the chase. Gets a kick back, but doesn't quite get enough for it. That is still Bang missing all of his summoners now. A reveal, and Rox Tigers hoping to take control back at the top.
With Gore Drinker Death Dance.
Didn't go back to bot lane. Rox won a hard
One shot.
force because there's no teleport on Smeb. They may even just
Red
commit
Smite.
to the Baron. Yeah, no teleport on Duke rather. And they're going in because here's Skirmishes with his teleport.
Don't tell me Ezreal would have Crown because he built it for Titan.
Has no equalizer to cast either, and the Make It Rain doesn't do much.
This
No
may
stopwatch.
be the moment. They burn Faker low. He's out of summoner spells. They have Smeb here. Duke would be running in. They either need to get a pick here and multiple kills, or they need to secure the Baron because this gold lead continues to shrink. Rock's trying to go right now.
And they're on top of the Scuttle Crab, so this information is known. SKT looking for the play. Faker coming back in, and the other four right here. Smeb is low. No ulti on him. No
50-50.
either. It's flank. Popping the ulti. 1,000 health
Nope.
on Baron. What's it going to be? The shutdown of the Olaf, and the secure for Peanut. The re-engage for Faker. He's going to pick up one. So far, it's a 4 versus 4. Baron
Prey.
still on Rox. Prey dodging away from the CC, but he couldn't get it.
Oh,
back.
Prey.
He's gonna get shut down, but he trades it back, and Prey
That was
stays
nuts.
alive. Duke makes the big play, shuts down the 80 carry, but he will get kicked down, and he will get
He knew he was dead, just go full damage.
And the Baron secure for Rox.
The instantaneous communication, realizing they could turn this fight. So many teams would have just left Prey to die, but they realized they can turn it around.
And Rox Tigers knew they needed to go now.
Oh, Prey.
I love the focus when Blank tries to move in for the first steal.
This was
They
sweet.
all go to damage Blank before the Baron can be in smite range. And from there, Faker goes in. This
Prey
is
knows
the
he's dead here.
moment we're talking about, Crepple, where they recognize they
But
can
he doesn't
turn
want to
it around.
flash out of the
They
pit.
can easily secure 3
He
buffs.
flashes to the side and goes full damage. Dodges the Echo Q.
This is so unexpected
Full damage.
to get out of that fight winning. Shouldn't be possible. What a great call by the Rox Tigers.
They knew they had the early game advantage, and they've had some slight missteps throughout the mid-game. But that Baron, incredibly crucial in their quest to try and win this game. They've killed most of the outer turrets. They have to push in for inhibitor turrets here.
And again, it was by a really good decision by Smeb to not match bot for bot, even
The
though
old
both
GA.
teleports
Oh
went
my
down.
god.
He knew Smeb.
Oh my god,
burned,
goosebumps.
Or he knew how to Duke use that teleport earlier on the pick on Kuro. When the Echo was in the bot lane, Smeb just joined the fight, basically telling SKT that they were playing 4v5 on the left side. That's why Rox was so brute forcing on certain plays, almost seemingly overextended, because they always knew they had a 5v4 and they didn't have to kill. They just had to wound, send them back to base, and then go.
No
for the
bounties
second
either,
round.
no
Really
bounties.
well thought out by Rox. This is the play that started minutes in advance.
Look at Ezreal item. Bilge Water Cutlass into Blade.
Oh, he killed him. Scale is still there. Wow! That's what the damage. Peanut needs mid inhibitors down as well. 5v4. Keep on going.
Peanut just exquisitely sin play right there, burning the arcane shift with his first Sonic Wave and then killing him on the second one. That was just perfect, and it's exactly what Rox needed to continue to push in.
Dirty plays by Peanut. Back in his element. He definitely shook off the game one. That was an arrow expecting a minor juke on reaction from Faker. Faker shook off that failed flash.
Okay.
Quick wave clear comes through. That wave is gone, and with only a cannon, not even a turn off backdoor bonus, so not a lot of gains to be had. Blink even smites it away for good measure, but the new wave is coming in 5 seconds.
And that Baron play seems like it's turned the corner for the Rox Tigers to allow them.
If you're wondering about damage difference in Season 8 and Season 12, I can't remember who it was, but I saw a very, very good video on it. Do you guys remember there was a really good video like a couple weeks ago about it?
To try and push in and close this game. Bang still dead, still have Baron buff. They push SKT off the turret, and they
Blink
go.
is low. They want a little bit more than Olaf's going to run away. Pop the Ragnarok. Smed's going to be careful. Pops Zonia's to stay alive, and it's an inhibitor down. Duke is on the chase for Prey, though. Getting what damage he can. Holds back for plenty of damage, and Rox Tigers are dangerously close to death. It's going to be Kuro falling. Duke trading his life for that one, and blanks around the flank. He can get the slow. They've caught up Smeb, and Gorilla has to just run away. That's
Come
a
back.
pretty clean 4
kills.
0. Beautifully done, SKT.
Come back.
And just when SKT wanted to turn it around, they came up with a huge play. And that just began with Duke pulling off a wondrous combo to start that. And Rox, to be fair, weren't respecting the respawns, but most likely they let Duke get behind him as they were diving.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. The only way SKT win fights is with flanking. Look at
No, imagine there was bounties. The game would be over.
Everyone to step forward.
4
Into the
shutdowns.
Zyra, into the Ezreal. Bang, Faker and Wolf are untouched here. And
Hey,
what a
Caedrel,
beautiful
back
4
to
shutdowns.
the streams
ultimate there
finally.
from Duke.
Looking good,
He
man.
still had the Guardian Angel at the end of the fight as well. Faker was able to just chase at the end of the fight.
1k gold for Ezreal.
From the side of the wall to land
Because
axe
Rumble
after
was
axe.
407.
Even though Rox Tigers pulled off that great Baron play, the gold lead is kind of forfeit. We're back to about 1,000 gold.
There is
different
shutdowns,
than
yeah,
what it
but they
was
weren't
before
that
Rox
big.
even got the Baron. and SKT will still
Right.
have a chance.
They absolutely
There
do.
wasn't 1K
Gold
shutdowns, right?
difference, Not the worst to be had. You just saw the end result of Bang running up the map and stealing a red buff at the end result of that team fight, knowing there's no contest, taking everything he possibly could, like stealing a red away, getting on an Ezreal.
It was like 500 gold max, I
We
think.
gotta look at the wardrobe now, because Duke is looking for a repeat of that scenario around the next Infernal Dragon. That's the one that's gonna spawn. Both these teams are already setting up.
I don't remember the Dragon Soul.
Yeah,
Was it the more dragons you had, you get the Elder
Plays
Burn
that
or something, right?
Manet was in a
Was that
pretty
this one?
dangerous spot, but thankfully wasn't really spotted. Still got an Olaf chasing though. He could get surrounded.
Rox is in a really weird position right now, though. Prey and
Yeah.
Gorilla are both shoving the top lane, so SKT know
Peanut.
that Rox can't get the backup.
This is going to be dangerous. Peanut's going to keep running. Wolf's
Oh,
going
movement.
No, not going to get the root, but the Strength of Thorns will land. The kickback doesn't mean much to Blank, and that should be a kill.
Look how long he
Rox
lives.
Tigers jungle it.
But he's just buying time.
Yeah,
Two
pushing
tanks,
the
though.
bottom side. This is what SKT is trying to punish. They're going to
They're
get the
getting close.
inhibitor.
Gorilla putting down
Wait, Rox can end.
damage auto attacks. Doing
Rox
what
can
he
end.
to keep mid lane alive because top and Hib has been killed, and they even got the pick off on Bang.
Rox doesn't actually have to stop pushing
The arrow?
right now. They can delay the recalls. The arrows. Look at the arrow. Get teleport.
He's gonna stop it. He stopped Duke, which means they can push. It's now
Holy fuck!
It's a teleport coming in for Smeb and Curl. How much more can be done?
They
As
want to
Blank
win right
trying
now.
to tank. Wolf running out of health. He's gonna die off. Onto the turrets they go, but the minions are gone, and it's too much. SKT are here to defend. This is a difficult 3v2. Pushing down Duke, down below 1,000. Oath back on towards Prey. Push back yet again, but Smeb's running low. But they get it. It's on the Nexus. They're trying to burn it down. Is this not gonna be enough? It's not. Rox Tigers answer back with game 2.
Damn. Chills.
I love it. This series. Back and forth and back again. Rox Tigers looked like SKT was going to be able to bring it back on them.
Nuts.
And by pushing from the middle of the map all the way through to the Nexus, the cross
Smeb and Peanuts. Oh my god.
teleport, the chase kills as SKT tried to fumble back for the defense of their Nexus. Unbelievable manner
Peanut.
in which
Peanut.
Rox
So what happened in the series was SKT beat Rox
Drake.
with Bengi. Then they subbed in Blank. Then they lost with Blank, the game we just watched. Then they subbed Bengi back in. No, they kept Blank.
actually
Then
the
they lost with Blank again.
Yeah, again.
So they were against match point. And then Bengi came in. And Bengi was supposed to be this like really smart jungler who was good at tanks. But no way could Bengi play Nidalee. So they left Nidalee open. Surely Bengi can't play Nidalee, right? Slams it on the 1-2. On the first pick. Can't give Nidalee to Peanut.
this stage in the game. Most
Motherfucker
namely, you talk
carries
about
the game on
Zyra
Nidalee.
dash.
Also, as the Victor has to trail into team fight.
One
lane,
world
he's
in
gonna
season
run into
3.
potential pick attempts here by a sped up Victor.
And he's back now in
Max
season
range
6.
From the mid lane, Bang with the current call. He can influence
People
both
called him
top and
washed
bot
up
lane. That's why you
back in
really
those
wanna have
days.
that Jhin in the mid lane. And there's still that ward. Look, Bang
Zillion tests the edge of time.
got it again.
Always broken.
Got all the in as well as
And then
the mid lane.
SKT won this game.
Of the series. Will partially
SKT won this game.
What?
And then we go to game 5, and Bengi's still in it, baby.
Here we go. So, series and on
Alright,
the next
there's
one
the context.
in Los Angeles. Next
This has an
weekend.
iconic play in it, where
It comes
Faker
down to
should
this
be
game.
dying top,
Smeb gets
but he
the
says,
chase
I'm
that
fine,
was
before they
banned
even
in
touch
the
him.
4 games leading
And he gets
in.
out.
We know he's had a great series, and now he gets a dominant lane. Jace Poppy can turn either way, but I feel like you want to be the Jace in this one. You want to be Smeb here.
Yeah, let's track.
Nami versus Zyra.
No information on either side. There's a double leash here. Obviously,
SKT
that mentioned in
forgot
the
to
last
ban
game, there
Nidali,
is fake
and
leash
Bengi
potential.
basically first time
Until these
on
junglers get
stage.
spotted, but right now both teams are under the assumption that the enemy jungler started on top side somewhere.
Yeah, and so many of these games have started with an insane focus on the bottom lane because of the
Elise,
crazy
man. Elise versus Lee Sin. How fucking insane is that meta?
analytics and the jungle pathing's always going towards them. But here we have the Jace finally making
Bring
his
back
way to the
Elise.
fan base.
Bring
Smeb,
back Elise.
hailed as the best player in
Come,
the world
shot in
coming
7.
into the tournament. Has been a little bit inconsistent in his play, but Rox still have a chance to win. And now he's on a champion who almost needs to crush lane to be effective. Smeb needs to shine here.
But you look, he's already playing so far forward here, just denying CS here. Yes, Duke gets the experience. In most Poppy matchups, Poppy has gone down into Jace about 30 CS early on. Then once the items start rolling in, that 30 CS disadvantage stays relatively static, but the pressure is almost always on Jace's side.
The question is, when is he going to accept pressure? We know and can kind of assume that
Early
Benji's
top
got a
dives.
side on the red buff. And Peanut's coming to help already.
Yeah, and this could actually prompt an extremely early dive. It depends on the amount of harass that Smeb would get, who's actually turning towards mid lane. Faker without cleanse.
Level 2.
Kuro with the flash snare.
Into the pillar, forcing flash. That
So
forces
this
flash
is
and ghost.
It's a good plan, but it's
Nice try.
executed poorly.
I don't think they're going to get the dive. but
No
there's
sums
damage.
mid though.
Yeah,
No sums
there's
mid.
a chance they'd be able to get the kill if they wait a little bit longer on that, but getting both summoners will really diminish the pressure Faker can have.
Faker's mom was really stressed since her son was born with horns.
Again, he only waits for
Little did she know he was the GOAT.
He was
Okay.
on the way back when his mid laner flashed
Oh,
in.
okay.
But right now, we're seeing these 3 pushing lanes come to fruition here. That's exactly why Peanut does not want to waste time ganking. Because with 3 pushing lanes, you want to finish your jungle as fast as you can, start getting control of the river, and start spotting where Bengi is in his jungle.
So much going on right now. Rox Tigers definitely have the tools for the early pressure, but yeah, that blue handoff is going to help Faker a lot.
But they're going to know.
Yep.
They're going to know that Bengi started red buff. His Skrugs are still up here. Bengi's going to technically be behind in camp still if Peanut decides to outpace
Level
here.
3 blue.
Right, and the natural move here for Peanut, I feel like, is to try and make his way up to the top lane. They know that Bengi just handed off the blue buff. He could
Level 3 blue.
recall and run immediately down to the side, because now we're talking about the information Peanut is working with.
Wait,
so if he does
when you
want
killed
to gank
Raptors,
the
you got a
top lane, he
circle
has to
around
go
you where you could see
relatively-
wards, right?
He sneaks in.
Sneaks by. We don't
Right?
know where he is right now.
How broken is that?
Bengi. Bengi's going to know the Scuttlecrab has just
Every
been
time you
taken
kill
down.
the jungle camp, you got a
Now he has
buff.
to get really scared, and
But
he
does
also
he
has to
guess
tell
wrong?
Duke to worry out a little bit.
Oh, there he is.
Brush, there it is. It's Peanut. A lot of damage.
Peanut.
300 HP on Bengi. The repel the chase. Couple more
Watch
attacks,
Peanut here.
one more
Look at him
kill,
singing.
And Peanut solo kills for first blood.
He reads
Smite
the
buff,
game.
yeah.
The blue buff handoff again cost SKT
The Krugs gave you a stun. The Raptors gave you a place where you could see. The Wolves gave you a ghost in the jungle. I remember what Gromp gave. A poison.
So
Okay.
good as the Rox Tigers.
And how
thorn
clutch
mail.
Peanut with that move. Also burning 2 summoner spells from Faker and the flash, but Gorilla, bubble.
Re-engage. Look at the damage output on towards him. 100 health left from the Zyra Prey. Weaving in a couple of auto attacks. Getting a decent chunk down on towards Wolf and Bang. But look at what they can do with this Nami. Another volley.
TP, baby.
But it's Smeb on... No, it's actually Kuro on the chase. He's got no flash, but he's going to land slow into a whole bunch of CC.
No-
and it
no
forces
flash
Bang to
AD.
Flash out.
Oh my goodness, the early pressure by Rox is already mounting on SKT. SKT cannot lose these lanes too.
Yeah, and
badly.
Bengi just wants to slow down Kuro. He doesn't care that he's spotted here, but he just wants to give this a major hit to Kuro's economy because not only is playing against a blue buff Faker, he left lane, losing some experience here. This in turn frees up Faker, unspotted. They're looking to react here because both Prey and Gorilla are so low. They were looking to burn chip damage or just simply die to bot lane.
Scouts the red buff. They're very low level, but it
worth
would
pick.
be a 4v2, so they're...
Bangy.
Peanut
And
there
it's
again.
Peanut.
Peanut there again to push the Lee Sin out, but be careful because Bangy wants a bit more. Won't jump for any extra.
Every move you make, every step you take, Peanut is watching you in your jungle if you're Bengi. The mental blow
Okay,
this must be.
Crepo, good one.
2 times does he attempt to make a play. Twice in that brush is a nasty spider link.
And there was one other time in this tournament where the Rox Tigers were 1 game away from elimination. It was Rox Tigers against CLG in the group stage. Peanut played Elise in that game, got an early kill, and rushed Sorcerer Shoes. Then he went on to get 10 kills in that game. He's looking to do that again. He has been in the right place. He's going a build to try and carry.
CLG.
And now it's all about whether or not he can carry Rox to the finals.
The early Sorcerer's Shoes. It's all about how much damage he can do to other champions. That's the test for him. He is out of mana right now. He's kind of stuck in spider form farming. What he can do next.
Just like we've seen the past few games, Rox, first they use the information where Bengi is. They extrapolated it from Faker's blue buff, and they play around it. In all this time, Smeb has continuously been pushing the top lane without any repercussions because he knew exactly where Bengi was at every single moment here. And that's the power of the Rox early game. They just find their opponent jungler and play around it.
To
Smeb
disguise.
actually allows Duke to recall. I believe he had the ability to stop it and said, no, I'd rather you go back to the base. I want to shove this in and get my own quick recall.
Damn.
Smeb also wants to get items of his own. There is the beginning of
Rox
some armor,
SKT was
but he's
probably
not
the best
quite there
series
yet.
ever
I'd
in League
expect
of Legends
about another
history.
10 CS advantage to creep up.
G2 RNG is close. SKT T1 G2 was close.
Somehow, and really snowball it.
There's a lot of good
Late
ones.
right now. Obviously, Poppy W can stop her lead.
But Misfits SKT was close, but this is like...
It's still just
This is
risky to
this
dive
is
Poppy at
nuts.
this point.
This one just hits
It's better
different.
to just have Smeb push,
The Damon T1 one was good.
peel him off, and have him threaten this mid lane turret. In their past games, though, Peanut would go towards top lane.
Someone tagged me in this and they said, "Buy, get this emote." Should I get this emote? Surf? You guys want to surf in the chat? You guys want to surf in the chat?
Smeb here, but he's actually changing up his pattern, moving into a lane gang bot. He is playing against the Hawkshot champion in Ashe though, so this is extremely risky. High cost, high reward.
Exactly. Peanut has been so committed to ganking bottom lane, and Rox Tigers as a team have this setup. They have 2 pink wards in this bottom side. That's the lack of vision.
There we go.
They get him again.
Another stun into the root, into all the damage, and yes, they pick him off. Prey
Rox early game.
2-0 Rox Tigers.
And I said 2 pink wards. It's actually 3 pink wards to set up the bottom game, making sure nothing can see him
Yo,
on
Appa,
the
thanks for the prime.
except for a hawk shot.
And while it is a great play from Peanut, we have to question Bang and Wolf here when the opposing team comes back to lane with 2 pink wards. You've spotted them, you know this far.
Pink ward.
Why would they invest so heavily in
I still call it pink ward to this day.
vision? You should be afraid of this brush here, but again, Peanut walks in, waits 2 seconds, gets a cocoon. This guy is so efficient.
Yeah. You definitely do have to criticize Wolf for walking past his minion waves. The only way he dies is if the cocoon hits him, and he actually had the minions there, which could block.
Peanut's feeling it.
Feeling good.
This guy ganks.
This guy knows how to play League of Legends.
This guy ganks.
Oh man, looking to get a little bit more. HP in the red buff, grabs it down. Not too big of a problem right now. Peanut level 6.
And I just love how chill they are on stage. They lose the 2nd or the 4th game. They could have knocked out SKT out of the tournament. They walk off stage, they're all smiling. They're joking around. They know it's still possible. These guys have such great teamwork.
And also, both teams right here need to display a high level of endurance.
This
And
guy ganks.
The fact that Rox Tigers is bouncing around just speaks to how much energy they have. They have been on stage playing in some of the most tense games of their entire lives. The semifinals for the World Championship for 5 hours, and they're still...
Oh, the blue buff
so
handoffs
bouncy and full of
non-stop.
energy. Rox Tigers, definitely a good start to the game.
Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. Time with the flash. The kick on the Gorilla. The Q lands as well. He flashes to get back towards his tri-brush, but has nowhere to go. Wolf, sadly for SKT, is the one to secure the gold. The 300 going to support Nami, the worst recipient, but it is still a great kill for Bengi.
Yeah, they did need to kind of dump damage on him because Prey would have been able to move up a bit with the heal, but that's a huge boon to be able to get a little bit back into this laning phase. Right here. Unfortunate for SKT that it's actually a Cloud Drake. The Ocean, Infernal, and Mountain all would have been better in this situation.
Yeah,
Jace,
they lost also 2 of their pink
Jace
here,
boots.
So major hit right there to the vision.
Jace boots are legendary. The amount of vision
through.
they have.
Challenging Gorilla as he sets for the vision. Totally unexpected.
Bengi, baby.
And instant decision making as well. Kicks him, throws the Q immediately, makes it so Gorilla can't dodge it. Then he delays on the follow through from his
Ninja Tabi. Iconic.
Yeah, it was such a surprise
Iconic.
that Gorilla wasn't ready to flash. The fact that Bengi, instead of walking over for a potential kick, he just simply went for the flash kick. So many players are so used to Lee Sin's walking up for kick flash that they didn't expect that the old variant is still
Feels strong, man.
viable play.
Well, Bengi's been around a while. He knows all the
old schools. Or maybe he's just getting old.
Well, results don't lie, though. So far, Bengi has done pretty well for himself. Yes, been caught out once or twice by Peanut, but that was more excellent play by the Rox Tigers junglers than objective.
Steel Cap stands game.
So far, pretty good for him.
And as expected, 30 CS deficit here, even over 30 from Smeb. Pushes up, gets a ward, gets rid of the pink ward. He just wants to keep pushing. There's no dive attempts anymore. The earliest you can dive a Poppy is like level 3, 4, but after that you probably shouldn't attempt it anymore.
Yeah, especially. The one thing that does help is that Peanut's a more magic damage dealer right now, so the Chain Vest doesn't really help against Elise, but yeah, the difficulty is still there. Poppy ejects one, focuses the other, hides in her turret.
Steadfast presence as well, cancels Jace leap forward, a little bit of damage. Elise Q is annoying to cast. So let's look at the bottom side of the map here. That's where the action was focused. And Prey, or Bangwater has Arrow online. And Prey and Gorilla know exactly how.
Was there still Brutalizer? No, I think Brutalizer got removed.
Gorilla's flashless.
Yeah, and this is also
Brutalizer got taken out.
drafted to try and take the edge. They picked the Ashe and the Lee Sin when Jace was up, so they want to be able to control the bottom side of this map.
Ooh,
Peanut. Big mistake.
And Peanut fails to repel it. What a great kill for SKT.
Or even just flash it here. SKT, the mid-jungle synergy is back.
They have been developing it for years, but as you say, Peanut, maybe with fatigue, maybe so much confidence, thinking that he'd be able to just walk out of that, gets caught in the CC chain, and there goes.
Fatigue is a very good argument right now. I mean, it's 11 p.m. at night, and this is game 5, and they've been playing for what, 4 or 5 hours. Man, they must be tired.
The jungle control. It's in the side of SKT.
And it's something I was
Oh, this is just so huge.
Oh, yeah.
This turret.
This is this turret falling rapidly, taking the focus fire. Cannon wave is there. Prey wants to wave clear. Faker says, don't you dare, I'll tank for the minions. Gorilla blocks the arrow. Sure, everyone's playing it right, but at the end of the day, when it's all played properly, it's SKT who gets the first turret of the game and a gold lead.
And that's the Orianna pick into the Karma. It scales better, and eventually, if you give it 2 blue buffs, it will also roll much better. Lost Chapter plus blue buff, so hard to deal with, even if you're Karma, which means Faker and Bengi are in the jungle first. And to go for this play, really hard to spot.
Yeah,
honestly.
Peanuts kind of griefed it here.
Well played by
Chain
Faker.
CC was good though.
He was on the very edge of the shockwave. He didn't flash because I don't think he thought it would hit him. Now
Oh,
he
Peanuts.
invades.
But there's teammates around. Duke also teleporting to come down to the bottom lane at the same time here, because Smeb was already in there looking for a play, and it's a 2-man knockback by Duke, still rooted up by Prey.
Gale Force, one shot. If this was a fucking AD carry in Season 12, it's Gale Force, one shot.
And it's a 2-man knockback by
Gale Force, auto Q. Haha, I'm good.
Duke, still rooted up by Prey. Can a bit more happen? Yomu's means the flash comes out of Duke.
But no,
We're gonna have to see the setup
it's
for
a
that play
turbo
again,
Chad with
because I believe he
Yomus.
teleported in to save Faker, and this is where the game is kind of descending into chaos.
And Peanut, in the recipient of this chaos, taking plenty of damage. Get away with this for now. 700 gold lead SK Telecom T1 plus the Cloud Drake defending mid lane.
But SKT playing macro again. They take tier 1 tower bump. They swap their 80 carry to the top lane. They need a hold here though. That's a wave clear shockwave partly from Faker, but it's not enough.
More minion waves still coming from the back. This is an extension of such a long play. They get a lot of damage on the mid lane turret.
And Tidal Wave means 2 turret shots on Prey, who's now too low to fight easily.
Yeah, the classic AD carry. BF into Zeal.
Turret for turret. Mid lane turret is pivotal though in the defense. SKT is holding on. The better macro play wins here.
Oh, and this is fascinating. Bang sees him with the hawk shot.
Shock Blast lands.
That's flash and heal.
And he has the ulti as well.
And for a series that is mostly played around Rox Tigers getting control of the side lanes and having Faker win in the mid lane, it's so fitting in the 5th game how SKT nearly take both side lane turrets while their mid lane turret is the one that is low. It has been such a close game, and Bengi caught by Peanut.
Shot.
And it's Bengi trying to get away. He's only in range for one more shot. And he's still gonna go. Kuro, actually.
Oh, he stole the red as well. Prey. Peanut's laughing. You motherfucker.
To Prey too with the final shot right there. Just before the turrets fall, everybody gets in time to defend
is that
them respectively.
old
Mid
Morello?
Top lane here.
Old Morello was a nice item.
Maintain pressure in the bottom lane. And then that also
Peanuts, Peanut again. Holy fuck. Peanut, 6 years in the past, man. Time machine. Now he's in this game. 2016 league. Feels strong, man.
Next real objective on the map is this tier 1 tower in the top lane for SKT. Most of the
It's
turrets
fun. It's fun to watch them play the map.
Possible. So it's River Vision and top tier 1 where the fight will be most centered around.
And interesting how they've actually had Kuro down in the bottom lane. They're very much doing the double TP as we've seen a lot in this series and trying to set up the 1-3-1. Duke doesn't have teleport, neither does Kuro.
Same champs. Well, it's Elise versus Lee Sin, which is really hype. Zyra support is also really cool.
Based on these really peculiar map rotations, I actually feel like
Gen G
does have the pressure advantage, and they're the ones trying to get that outer turret you talked about.
That's why they want it. They also have the looming threat on the Ash Arrow. Anytime could strike from Fog of War.
Definitely the case. It's one shot could result in a kill if Bengi
Midwave
can
contest
land
into
it.
Drake. Season 6.
Let's see, it's a very tight one. 400 gold only separates these two squads. Spot in the
camera's a lot more zoomed in
this
on Spectate.
Single game. Peanut has had a pretty good.
He has the Krug buff, so he has stuns for Crab. Good times.
So good at. Gets pushed to. He found other advantages though as well. The shockwave's gonna hit Gorilla. He
Built different.
Up, but not in time. Faker gets the kill. Now they're re-engaged, so it snipes on toward the mid laner. Then back towards Wolf, and just not enough damage really dealt. The knockup in for Duke means a bit more towards Smeb. Half HP, 1,000 on the Jace. Now looking for a bit more. They're not gonna find Bengi for much of it. Rox Tigers 4v5.
But the fatigue is definitely kicking in here for Rox Tigers. There's multiple shockwaves that should have been flashed.
And Faker is on point right now with Orianna. You have to give him the credit of these shockwaves being right on the edge.
Crepo,
Yes,
go
they've been
to
on stage
caster.
for 5 hours. They have missed a few of the flashes. But if Faker wants to take back that title, this is when he has to do it.
Gotta do it
Oh,
now
Faker.
in this game. Rooting to Faker the damage, but wow, Peanut gets shut right out still. The turret does go
It's
through
crazy
Rox
though,
Tigers.
isn't it?
That's
In this play in Season 12, Faker
wants to
is
take
one
back
shot
that
right
title.
now. In Season
This
12,
is when he has to do it.
right there, Faker, one shot.
Now in this game.
Peanut also one shot back.
Rooting to Faker the damage, but wow, Peanut gets shut right out still. The turret does go through to Rox Tigers. That's an advantage still for the blue side, putting that gold right back to equal. 26-3 to 26-5, and a reset.
These are the 10 game 5s you're hoping for. We're 200 gold difference 1 turret to 1, 3 kills to 3.
Everyone is one shot.
Minutes into the game.
It's hard to tell, but it feels like Rox is a little bit playing on a timer because their mid laner just becomes so obsolete later in the game. Kuro is already behind the CS.
Gorilla lands the root. He's going to go for the knockout following on to Duke. That's going to force the flash out, but how much more can he do? Ulti is down, so there's no disengage tools easily for Duke, but he's too durable.
It is so hard
What
to
a
kill
banger
the
series,
Poppy
though.
Jace once he's got these items. This is why you get an early CS lead on Jace, but then Poppy neutralizes. Sunfire Cave, Ninja Tabi, plus the bonus armored magic resist Poppy just gets from her kit.
Another Cloud Drake.
It's going to be Cloud Drake going down SKT. Double Cloud Drakes here. It's going to be a trade basically for pressure on the top side. Rox trying to push that one down. There's no one really defending.
Oh, Peanut has the Grump
Poppy.
buff.
Maybe this gets turned in, but SKT still
The
under
poison.
pressure. Four members
The
here in
Grump
mid
buff,
lane,
the Thorn Mail.
but not really sticking through for the pressure.
I can't help but laugh at the Drake spawns in this game. We had triple Infernal, triple Ocean, triple Mountain,
And
we're
now
going to have
triple
triple
Cloud.
Cloud in the 5th game.
SKT probably not too happy with that one though.
No, not at all. But the thing is, they're going to be so fast, right? And that actually does matter, Crepo, as much as we like to criticize Cloud Drake. It's not as good as the other ones.
Cloud Drake
but it's not
sucked
without
6 years ago?
disadvantage, guys.
So in my
Still
sample
sucks?
size of 1 each,
Huh?
the only Drake that lost was triple Infernal.
Oh, he has the
All right,
Raptor Smite
double
buff.
Mountain 1, triple Ocean 1.
Gives you the Oracle.
Triple Cloud win could mean SKT goes through.
The mini
Once
red
and for
things.
all, Infernal is the worst, Drake and Cloud's the best.
Definitely the worst. Bang facing right now. He's coming from Fog of War, so this means momentum for SKT. They have more bases on average than their champions. They're looking for
No
Q on top.
flash.
They want to
Was in range for a play.
Oh, that Q hit.
on
Oh,
the spot.
Bangy!
Flash, the knockback's not in time.
Bangy,
Here
bangy,
comes
bangy,
Rox,
bangy,
nice tackle
bangy.
for Duke. The tidal wave, the bubble, all the damage they could need. Kuro's trying to help, and can they get Bangy? Yes, it's a 1-for-1. Now the re-engage of Duke, Deadly Flourish misses, but Curtain Call could land. Slow on the Wolf, Faker comes to help, and he forces the flash out of prey, and it's now the re-engage. Look at the damage Bang can deal. Kuro in danger. Another slow comes out of Kuro. 1-for-1.
And this is SKT kind of pulling the trigger too early. They had Ashe coming from base with item advantage. They didn't need to kill Smeb. Just get him away from the minion wave and look for the objectives.
Yeah, Jace is one shot in
so
Season 12.
When they were playing the Ashe, they always tied in the kills to the objectives. SKT tunneled too much on the Smeb kill. Did not expect Kuro to teleport.
And that's the big thing. The AP Karma in the mid lane has insane shields. Bendy executes this gank quite well, getting the kickback as Smeb is using the disengage.
No
But with the
one-shots.
Karma teleporting in,
Look how
it's
long
not
Jace
really
lives.
Sin. And a Poppy, they really don't have that much burst. They end up coming in for the trade kills, and the Ashe Arrow flies wide. No teleport.
Oh,
Can
Kuro.
they get Kuro?
He flashed
fast.
away from the bubble, and yeah, you're right. The teleport from Duke means ultimately nothing. It's a trade of Summoner's TP for Flash.
Ooh, and this is really good for Rox Tigers because in all that exchange, they have teleport advantage on Smeb out of all people.
Timing
who
the blue
has
buff.
Really good side lane pressure. So right now, they can take the momentum, start playing the map.
Yeah, and in a game this close, every little bit of gold counts. And when you can fell turrets as a Jace, that's huge. He already has the push on the bottom side. SKT is forced into responding to this one.
Bang is nowhere close.
And neither is Kuro, though, and Kuro has no teleport. SKT knows this.
Peanut banking trade a few blows. Duke nearly invincible, but still some damage down to this turret as the Poppy gets poked down a little bit by Zyra, but
Hey, what's up, Eddie?
not too much gain. Peanut and Frey walking back through the side and out of range of everything else. No
Everyone has
Q
health on their
gonna
first
land for
items.
Bangy.
Oh, the arrow.
Frey is not long for
Yeah,
the
but
wall.
in Season 12, every item has health anyway, so
Himself.
they put health on every
SKT
item in the
still
game.
On the chase though, can they get a slow on a Gorilla? No, not just
Apart from
yet.
80 carries.
Rox Tigers
But
forced to
every
disengage.
patch I see a new item gets
Frey felt
health on
so
it.
good about that sidestep on the Lee Sin Q, and then out of nowhere, look at how Faker as well, blocking the wave clear in the mid lane from the Karma so they can actually get access to the turret.
That's not true. Yeah, it is.
We have mid lane turret down, top
They
lane
put
turret
health
to
on
the
everything.
Sliver as well. SKT trying to take all the outers. How fitting that Prey, the Ashe of the day, gets caught by Bang's Ashe Arrow. That pick has been so pivotal in this semifinal series, and they get Gorilla. Gorilla's flash.
Maybe a little bit more tidal wave, and oh! Faker blowing up, but Gorilla can be next. No! A great flash with the shield. Now the chase is slow from Kuro. Duke disengages one. It's Smeb out of the fight, but this could still be enough. No, the repel not in range to find a target.
And Crepo, you mentioned SKT going a little bit preemptively in the top lane. They do it again in the bottom lane. They do not have total vision control. Faker tries to take a shortcut to a fight where they pick people without damage. They land.
This Morello didn't used to have health, right? What was this Morello? It was Fiendish Codex.
Rox gets away. Faker gets picked off.
Just as I said, everybody's looking so much at Zyra being picked off.
What was this
He's
Morello
gotta
build?
be respectful and mindful
The mana regen
of
item.
Fog of War. Gorilla
And then
has
what?
the flash in the end. Good disengage here.
AP and
He's definitely doing his role.
Oh, Rox sneaking Nash.
Lee Sin is alive, but no smite right now for Bangi, and it won't be up in time. But they don't.
It's gone.
2,700, but he can't do it with smite. It's going to be all about this. He's in the pit.
Is it gone? No, because Peanut's dead.
For either side, and it goes to Smeb to try to save the game. But it's so many kills coming through for SKT. Smeb cannot pick up Bang, and it's a 4-for-0.
What the hell just happened? Bangi goes in. He stops Peanut from being able to secure the Baron, but then he leaves the pit. He had the Baron smite. He didn't want to die, even though they
No, Bangi didn't have
Rox
smite.
doing the Baron at 20 minutes, which is a high-risk play. They don't get the Baron, I don't think. No, Jace got the Baron, but they do get the kills, and they can push mid.
Kuro, the one surviving member. Now the question is, how much does SKT get? Of course, it's early in the game, so it's only one turret. The Baron power play overall, of course, negative 1,000. Maybe more now, 1,900.
Even though Bangi didn't get the smite right there, it's still a hero play. He gets the pink ward in.
Yeah, he doesn't have smite.
He goes, and look at all the damage Peanut takes from the back spikes, from the Baron right there. Then the volley hits him, the arrow hits him, the kick hits him, and he falls. And then Bangi would die, but he didn't even have smite up when he was going for that. So he does jump outside of the pit, and disaster strikes for Rox Tigers there. They're lucky it wasn't worse.
Yeah, don't need smite. The illusion of smite is enough.
Just kill the enemy jungler.
And Peanut, like, he juked the Lee Sin Q. I was wondering why he just wouldn't take that move to the side.
Proto Belt Elise with
Honestly,
Tracker's Knife.
Somebody else should be blocking the axis of Lee Sin there. And
Dude, this Orianna build gets me going, man. The old AP items.
For us to analyze outside the fact, but you
I know
gotta be
Rabadon
ready
is
for
not
it if
old,
you
but
wanna
Morello
commit
first item
to
on
a
Mages was
20-minute
so lit.
Baron in a game 5 against SKT to keep your chances for the Summoners Cup alive.
And it does.
Also,
it just
he
speaks
like
to the
Abyssal
situation
Scepter first
right now.
item,
High
second
pressure
item, Rod of
situation.
Ages.
Rox tries to
Oh
take a
my god.
giant risk. It
Peanut's
doesn't
got to
pay
be
off.
careful. He's going to jump to the minion. The heal comes in, and he will get away with it.
You can see how
That is a
Faker was
summoner
built
heal
different in
down
these series.
from
Every game.
Frey to keep his jungler alive. SKT control the vision around this Drake.
Yeah, and third Cloud Drake is just going to make them even so much faster. Also means they can't get a fourth Cloud Drake. They're guaranteed to get a better one next.
Say better. Oh, it's Smeb getting caught up with this one, though. Jumping over to the minions, trying to get away from Bang. Thankfully not slowed by the volley, and he is going to get his life out of this one. But the Q's going to land. The tackle.
Oh, Bangi!
The kickback out of Prey.
Monster kick. Bangi was so fucking good, man. Honestly. Bangi was... Oh, Faker, you're griefing.
Chased by Faker, stays alive thanks to help from Wolf. The re-engage Bangi is low. Smeb tries to carry the fight. Just a clean 2-for-0. No stun's going to land, and he gets out.
Some really pressured plays coming out of these guys. Faker flashing into the turret, unable to get the final kill, but they still get 2 off of the pick. And SKT
This Poppy is
needs to
unkillable.
calm down. They have a
This Poppy is
huge
unkillable.
goal lead. They have the experience, they have the track record, and they are in a position to go to the finals if they play this
They
out.
just forced a negative 3,200 Baron power play on the enemy team. They shouldn't be this erratic, but they're buying into, honestly, the hype of this series right now. They find Smeb early. Look at the way Duke and Bangi magically connect.
Oh, Bangi, this kick.
The range extension on the Q actually allows Bangi to get behind the enemies. The fact that Poppy flashed even closer was a Bangi delivery system to get that kick in place.
It was gorgeous. Then Faker tries to go for the execute on Smeb, misses his QW combo, and they do get out of that with still a hugely positive play. At this point of the game, there is still vision control for Rox. They have a pick composition, but they are getting crushed in the scaling war. Deathcap Orianna.
No Red Bull Baron, no
usually
Fnatic
can't
Kit
keep
Kat
you-
pause, no
one
Bud Light
can
Ace.
kill right now. So Rox
Yeah, this is
need
just
to
raw
make
game.
Weird plays happen.
There's
to throw
nothing.
SKT off their game.
It's a 4,000 gold deficit for Rox Tigers. SK Telecom
No
T1
Fnatic Kit Kat
have weathered
pause.
the storm, and
Shut
they're
the
now
fuck
making
up.
the move. The triple Cloud Drake, they run insanely fast. They can make the rotations happen, get where they need to be on the map. And they've got the gold lead to make sure those fights finish in their favor. Now a red buff attempt for the steal.
Poppy's so
towards
OP.
Peanut. Look at the damage he's got on that. Peanut does no damage back to him.
We talked about the way that Jace Poppy matchup can swing, how Poppy can exit that lane at 30 CS negative, and that's still okay. You then add 5 kills to that equation. It's actually even gold with the Jace right now, which is insane because the Poppy just feels so much stronger. So take that 4,000 gold lead and add to it because of the scaling advantage of that Poppy in the Jace matchup.
Definitely could be just another shockwave right here. Gorilla getting knocked around.
Arrow into everything else they could need. A 2-man knockup, and Bangi wants maybe a bit more, but he
Oh,
finds
Bangi.
off more than he can chew. That's 1-for-1. Jungler for support down, but look at this. Duke is invincible, and the bot lane turret's already dead. Maybe Maybe not as invincible as we think, though. Still
That
getting
Poppy,
worn
man,
down,
is it
but
killable?
Smeb goes for a shot onto the back line. Another root on
No,
the
it's
Duke
not.
gets healed
It's the
up
answer.
again by the Nami, and just no damage
Our
really
1v9
comes
was
through
Duke in this last game.
But it's going to be the shot and a bang. Deadly Flourish picks him off, and now it's a numbers lead for Rox Tigers. Shock Blast land, also a slow in for Kuro, and he gets the chain. He gets the root, but not going to get it all the way, and Duke is able to walk out.
Actually, Duke was so 1v9 this game.
Is Duke so tanky? The fact that Orianna's shield gives you additional resistances and shield as well makes it impossible for him to go down because it takes such a long time to whittle him down. If they get access to anybody behind Duke, that's the way Rox can strike.
Wolf can also heal. Notice the shockwave hits Peanut. The Ash Arrow hits Gorilla, though, as Peanut had repelled up.
Oh,
and they
Gorilla
secure
one-shot
kill.
on the spot.
And SKT is hoping to dive with impunity right here, but the turret locks onto Bang, which delays the follow of what they wanted to support Bangi with. Still a poor play by Bangi to go in before. Then it just
Where's the
goes to
Faker
show
escape?
how Rox is trying to play this poke game, and they are landing enough skill shots to make it count. Bang picks up a little damage from the bouncing grenade, gets finished off by the Deadly Flourish.
The rest of this chase, it's Rox trying, but not able to quite secure it. No CC was really left to be
Here it
had,
is.
and
Faker escape.
Disengaged properly, but now the play towards top side. They do see Faker, and the Cocoon's not going to land, though, so can they get anything else? The flash chase, it's Smeb onto his face, looking for a little bit more, and he's not going to go down. Faker!
He says, I'm fine. As the Cocoon comes out of the bush, he says, I'm fine.
The second Gorilla
And he
charged
escapes.
at him in an empty lane. He did a minor step upwards, forcing the Cocoon to ever so slightly miss. This leaves mid lane exposed, but Prey is here to defend. But that was so close. Faker saw the enemy support running at him. He knew he was getting ganked, and then the Cocoon was just a hair short.
Just a hair short, and just a split second off from flashing away from the shockwave, and so many incredibly slim margins that could decide this series, and that's what makes the best players the best. The ability
If Faker
to
died there, they
perform
could have
in
forced
clutch
Nash.
situations like this. Faker in a bad position, able to make the miraculous escape.
And now the margin remains at 5,000 gold, and it's SKT taking control over Baron. It spawns right now. And it's
Nash
the
isn't up
red
yet? Yeah, I know,
team's
but it was
SK
spawning.
Telecom
He'd still be dead
T1
right now.
defending world champions who hold the cards, who can make the play to secure this
And
game.
they would have
And for
they would have
SKT,
top push as well.
It's all about calming down and finding the standard fight.
Yep.
They have a huge tank.
Yo, what's up, Crownshot? Everyone is so much more tanky, looks way nicer. Yeah, it is.
They have a supportive
It's so
backline.
much nicer
They
to
have
see.
standard team fight lines.
No one
So
can get
they
one
need to
shot.
find a standard team fight against Rox, who is all squishy, all poke, all pick. If Duke can just get in with a strong front line and push them back, that's how SKT wins.
Immediate tidal wave.
SKT, there is a solution to this puzzle. They just need to lay down the pieces in the right order, and they leave Rox with no counterplay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Duke flanking, he can return to bot lane. He's just checking for vision. He's just securing his own push down to the bot lane, 1-4. First, you get the mid lane
1-4.
control. That's what Bang is doing right now. Look at how far he's contesting here because there's no pickoff.
Gotta be careful.
Ooh, yeah, Bang getting away with that one.
They're
Not
on
gonna
Nash.
beat it up either, but the funny thing is,
Yeah,
Wait, even Nash? Dude, Nash looks pretty
I
squishy.
don't know. But Peanut doesn't
Was
know.
Nash squishier?
Because he sees 3 members in the mid lane. This is so created by SKT.
Nash looks so
The
squishy.
Gunson requires to call this Nasher.
Faker's half health, half
2700.
on it. If they chase them down, they'd get the kill. They need to get the Baron and get out of there.
that's going to be secured. Now is there going to be a fight on the backside? There's a Baron buff and a 6,000 gold lead for SK Telecom T1, and it's not going to be any kind of fight at all.
While Bang is just playing so far up, relying on his individual prowess to sidestep Deadly Flourish.
Faker and Bangi, the best duo queue of all time. They're just the difference between Rox's Baron Sneak and SKT's Baron
Faker and Bengi, best duo of all time. I mean, they haven't seen me and Baus.
That's clutch, and a quick shot on a Wolf as well means a half health Nami. Rox Tigers able to slink away, but they've got to now withstand an SK Telecom T1 Baron, and even to add insult to injury, what I think is the best way
Me
to
and
get
Baus,
them out
mid
straight
jungle and
now.
Rox Tigers.
They can knock down turrets even better
Yee.
next time around.
And honestly, Duke right now, coming to the series, the liability of SKT. Almost every single game, if not all, Duke has had side lane pressure over Smeb, whether it's due to picks or play. But now later in the game, this Poppy is still showing up. He's definitely doing his role so well.
And Duke is a spectacular player. If you criticize him, it's been in times his inability to play with the rest of SKT, but even throughout the LCK regular season, he was the best top lane laner. He's had his hiccups throughout Worlds, like getting solo killed by Looper, but he has held his own
Yo,
end
Mitchie,
and
thanks to the
sub
Prime.
against Smeb in this series.
He's been absolutely a clutch part of this Game 5 win. 5-0-3 on the Poppy. Definitely a great scoreline. The split push pressure is great with the Baron buff he's got. Bang, though. A lot of damage, has to pop QSS to get away.
Yeah, SKT going for the Divide and Conquer, really fighting against Rox, splitting them up, just making those individual leads combo or Faker again. This time it's in time.
He repels away, so okay, it's all right for him. But now,
Jingle, baby.
Calling the re-engage, but Tidal Wave says no, don't you dare. And Peanut getting lower and lower. Root on a Bangy means it's going to be a quick disengage, but Peanut has to heal up.
Faker Flame Horizon.
He's just buying time right now. Duke never joined that fight. He's just getting these outer turrets down. He's
Holy
trying
shit.
to accrue a
Olden Day
larger
split
gold lead
push.
for SKT
Come on, you can do
so
it.
they can just build up as this game progresses. We keep talking about the Jace and the Karma that are going to be outscaled by the Poppy and the Orianna, and SKT know that as well. They can't get picked off.
SKT is not on the clock. They just need to disengage here. Look, preemptive flash from Wolf. And there is no longer that tool that drags Rox into the game. The Ash Arrow was taken away by SKT. They're fine going for the next Nasher. They're fine waiting for Elder Dragon. They have 4 dragons. Even if Rox contest it and steal it, it doesn't give them a bonus whatsoever. And that's the reward of having immaculate dragon control in this final game.
Dude, Creppa was such a good caster.
Now,
Creppa was really good.
reset shortly. 30 seconds left for most of them having Baron. Faker will have another 30 afterwards. He can make one more empowered minion wave right into the turrets of Rox Tigers, or just reflecting the level of that play by popping a Zonia's.
I think they just push top and end, right?
Either way,
The biggest thing is he should sell that potion for a pink ward. He sells it for a needlessly large rock.
worth
I'll take it.
Yeah. Pink
Yeah.
ward or 60
Worth.
AP, which would you prefer?
Only a 48 sec. I would definitely.
Old GA.
If you're Faker, you want to one-shot.
Maybe they should make
Yeah.
GA not only
only
like a
has a
BF sword
48
item, but a tank item too. Would that help tanks, you think? If they brought back 2 versions of GA where they don't stack,
Yep.
and one version of GA is tank GA and one version of GA is AD GA? I think that would be a good idea, actually.
So critical right now.
I think like a chain vest, Negatron cloak, GA, similar price through stopwatch
A fight over the
would
red
be good
buff,
for
and Bang
tanks.
is there saying, hey, I am scary. Be afraid of me. Peanut gonna go for it. Kuro getting caught out.
And they bring back this art.
Damage. They can't quite get him just yet. Kuro staying alive, and it's Rox trying to run away. The engage continuing though. Peanut getting lower and lower, running for dear life. Here's the curtain call. But Rox Tigers do not deal damage to these tanky champions. It doesn't matter.
This is so huge, though. We've seen people flashing Faker Shockwave. 3 flashes down now for the Rox Tigers with Elder Drake and Baron about to respawn.
Yeah, 2 objectives.
Damage on
the
Duke, mod
time.
check. Yeah, this
Rox
guy's tanky as
Tigers
fuck.
survive to contest either once they figure out where SKT is going. Faker Shockwave is up again already.
It's available, and SKT have all the tools they need. The vision is theirs.
Oh, they're
Rox
going
are
pretty
flying
aggressive.
blind, turning it back in, looking for the
Here we
play.
go.
This is the fight that could punch Sting into the finals. Pray
Yeah.
for Bang, and Bang wins it. Shock blast is not enough. Bangy
Ooh,
on
Bangy a
the
bit
chase,
deep,
not
buddy.
gonna get it though. Smeb knocks him back,
That's
but
Baron,
it
though.
is 5v4. No
That's
way
Baron.
to carry for Rox Tigers.
SKT do not want to wait for Rox to face check. Instead, they take the fight to them. Faker, the threat of his ultimate, isolates Prey to the front line, leaving him exposed, and that's a dead AD carry, and that should be a free Baron, if not a free Baron and Elder.
And Faker even takes the Wolves, so Peanut can't get the Wolf Spirit Scout when they're trying
Yeah,
to
Nash
save
was
this.
really
It's
squishy back in the
burning
days.
down that Baron, and Rox can't even check.
I think the
Not
buff to
even
Nash to make a
chance
tankier was
to let
better,
Rox
actually.
Tigers back into the game.
That's one definite,
SKT
like, plus.
playing their brand of League of Legends. No openings.
They send Duke to the top lane, have him prepare that wave. Right now, SKT fixing mid lane first.
1
They're
plus.
likely going to move into the Elder area. They don't
400
even need to
CS
start it.
Faker,
They can
he was
bait
the old school
Rox
Chovy.
in,
As much as
have
Chovying
Duke
is a
pressure
thing
with the
now,
Baron buff in the
Faker
top lane,
was the
and
OG
then wait for a
Chovier.
mistake. Remember, they have Ash Arrow and Orianna ulti as zoning tools.
And they have ward control.
This guy's
in Rox's
CS
jungle,
numbers
so
were
if
through the
Rox comes
roof.
to defend, they would teleport behind them. That is something Rox wants no part of, but now it means they have to deal with a quadruple elemental
Duke
Drake
fast push top.
Elder Dragon, which is
Small mistake.
an immense
now he just has to
amount
base
of
on a wave
damage
that can be pushed
every
out.
single time
If they stack top
SKT
wave a bit
land
better
damage.
on a Nash and left
About
around
an
here,
hour
they
and
could
a
play on
half, 2
top.
hours ago, Peanut walked off that stage saying one more game. But right now, he's looking up at 13,000 gold deficit, a Baron buff, and a 4 Dragon Elder.
And
4
it's
Dragon
full
Elder, good
items
times.
for everyone who matters here on SKT. Duke is fully tanky, Faker's got all the damage, and Bang has got all the damage. Slots for pink wards left in the jungle, and the support here, basically. Rox Tigers up against a mountain.
It's actually the perfect storm of itemization for SKT. They hit max items on all their carries while still having warding positions on their supportive positions.
Elder
As they
Dragon
have
Burn
Baron
was actually
with
kind of cool, the old
Drake.
Elder.
This is the push to get SKT into the finals if they execute properly.
Soul just feels like a lot of the time free lose, but Dragon Control back then was like more Elder based.
Solution is clear. They just need to dodge.
Wait, was this the Infernal Drakes where they were like 16%, 8% AD AP? Was that the old Infernal Drakes?
So I need to keep
8%?
1-4, if not 1-3-1. That's what they want to do here.
Or was it 6?
Duke is honestly the guy that's going to make the
Yeah,
difference.
they were pretty
Karma
powerful,
alone
the
not
Infernal
dealing with
Drakes.
these creeps. Look at Duke trying to block it as well. Massive minion wave goes in, which means there's also pressure in the mid lane.
He's going to rotate back up to that mid lane. Bang, full health, has a shield as well. And now the attacks towards the mid lane inhibitor.
Nami ult every time this guy presses Jhin ult.
Has to get away from the tidal wave, and the turret's down. Duke in the front line doesn't even take damage at this point. Taking it all
Bengi.
up. Bang is fine.
Nice
Smeb on the side, looking for Bengi, getting a bit of damage, but he's got Guardian Angel anyway. And Peanut, look at him. He's going down. One hit would have get him. He gets away just barely. Shock blast with the back line. Bang is okay, though. He's got
This
healing.
Poppy is
Just the
unkillable.
threat of Duke combined with that Orianna ball is enough to send Rox backwards.
Where's the Nami
Low,
heals?
though, actually, he might have to heal away from this one. No Ocean Drake.
TP behind.
That damage sticks. It's the inhibitor and the retreat.
Teleport in from Smeb. Elder Drake is now
This is
gone.
Oh, close.
He can't land another Faker. Maybe a re-engage, though. Does Rox have another option?
So
they do
close.
Not, and they have
I don't
to
think that
back
would kill
away.
him, though.
That
I
was
don't think that would kill him.
the final bullet in the chamber, I feel, for the Tigers. If that hits, they can clean up, because nobody expected the Shock Blast to come out of that way.
And now their teleport is down. They've lost their mid lane inhibitor. SKT
Look at the old AD carry
will
items. Look at
probably
the
have
Ashe
to wait for
items.
the
Oh
next
my
push.
god. So nice.
SKT do know how to be patient right there.
So
they
nice.
got the inhibitor down. They suffer no casualties. They continue to fly around the map with these max item builds. And they're just going to regain control and go for the next inhibitor.
Yeah, and you see how safe they play, too. Their split kind of collapses every single time. They push in with Duke. He joins the fray. Right now, they have a pushing mid lane. They essentially have a sixth member playing the map here. In addition to that gold and item lead and scaling lead they have. Still 30 seconds remain on that Baron buff after the initial time goes down.
Both solo laners show down to Duke.
Here comes the end through top.
Get quite aggressive on this turret.
Again, the tidal wave comes through. Only 3 shots in for Prey, and Bang has to be a bit careful. Does have summoners up. Nice dodge the cocoon.
And there's Mikhail and Wolf. Look how Wolf is just posturing behind. He doesn't care if his AD carry gets hit. Save him at any time.
Shock blast hits 2 though. Bangy and Wolf losing some health
Duke
here.
absolutely
Duke's here
unkillable.
again. He peels off. He doesn't want to keep split pushing. He's just doing flying pressure. If he moves in, Guro and Prey have to be so careful.
Poke continues. Bang gets hit with a shock blade. Lands, but look at this now. Down to just the inhibitor itself. A knockback. They might catch out Gorilla. Not gonna have it just yet, but Prey caught out and shut down by Bangy. 5v4, and SKT could have another win on this one. Shock. Not gonna land just yet.
They're still
but
going
the
in.
re-engage, the stun against the wall. Peanut could go down to Bangy, getting the kill again as they move on to the Nexus turrets, and it's all that she wrote for this one. SK Telecom T1 backs against the wall. Bangy himself 3-0 against Rox Tigers in the series, and SKT punched their ticket to their 3rd World Final.
Bengi 1v9. Bengi
And the
1v9.
team rushed towards Bangi, who is 3-0 in this incredibly intense and competitive series against the
Aw,
Rox
poor Peanut.
Tigers. And
Oh, the
for
Rox Tigers were so
Tigers,
sick, man.
You can't help but feel their pain. They were 1 game away